What's up, everybody? Hey, always an interesting intro.
Well, my thing is, I wasn't looking at our cameras, right? I literally in the last, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 minutes, Billy, you changed the color of your background. You had a giant green screen up, and then like I switched to going live, and now you have a beige screen up.
The green screen was refusing to work, so we cut it.
Okay, all right, good enough.
This is great for our audio listeners too. That's awesome.
Yeah,
welcome everybody to Death Metal Cast. Ben's still on vacation, but he should be back next week. So yeah, you've got me driving again. But joining me today, we've got Sam, we've got Liam, and we've got a Billy.
Hi.
Yeah. So this will be an interesting one today because I started to watch a little bit of Demon Slayer and I haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen, so I'm going to learn a lot. Because today we've got Sukuna from JJK, repped by Liam, versus Muzan from Demon Slayer.
Schmoozin' and Muzan, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Schmoozin' and Muzan, repped by Sam, because Sam's been watching Demon Slayer, and the only thing he didn't see was the big fight with Muzan at the end.
Yeah,
so he had to
this.
spoil
This
that
is
for
like
himself.
the only modern anime I've kind of kept up with because the animation style is really interesting and they do a lot of cool things. Blah 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 blah. And
it hasn't gotten.
I just haven't watched the most recent season because
it hasn't gotten to the final fight yet. I don't
okay.
I think that's still yet to be animated. It has in the manga, but not in the anime.
Okay.
I feel like with shonen anime, waiting until the season's done kind of works in your favor if you don't really care about spoilers here and there. Like, you know,
yeah, I'm not at all surprised that like the good guys win. Like it's not like a wow, holy shit. The protagonist of this whole thing ends up beating the big bad. What? I've never heard of this before, but yeah, we're here, we're ready.
Content. No, Ben is not dead. Ben's been on vacation, so
he's on a family trip.
I'm sure he'll tell you about it when he gets back. And then Ghost Demon's asking about everyone's favorite boss and least favorite enemy from Silk Song. We can't even get them started.
Easy. Shut your fucking mouth, Chad. No, we're gonna talk about it right now. We're gonna talk about it really quick. We're just gonna give it.
Why don't we talk about it in the post show?
No.
Makes sense.
Overruled. You know who got even better than Sukuna? Hornet.
Yeah,
and
Hornet.
Also the enemies that killed me.
The fire golem was probably the most fun because I beat it like I was very good at video games. I just showed up and I was like, I'm fucking amazing, and I just busted all over that fool. And then the cockroach things in the Sinner's Road are the worst enemy. I hate them with a fiery passion.
Oh, the ones
I've
that
wrapped
jump
it
at
up.
you?
Yes. Oh my god, I hate
the dog
those little
ones.
fuckers. The little, they're like
they translated Dark Souls dogs to fucking Hollow Knight, and I wanted to die.
We're not talking about it until we're going deep already here.
Yeah.
Post show. It'll be post show.
It'll be post show. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
sure
go
we
deep
will.
on it.
I realized Peacemaker's been out and we haven't talked about that at all, so I could talk a little bit about Peacemaker in the post show. But anyway, Joe's saying, hey, sending the message from his first day on the new job. Hell yeah, Joe. Hope it's great.
On the job, Joe.
This economy?
Yeah, I hope you're on break. Don't lose your job for watching Death Metal Cast.
You can watch it later, but we do appreciate you being here, and thanks for the super chat.
Yep. All right, and Lily says people are saying this is a stomp, but Sukuna is still drowning to that drip. Muzan is a smooth criminal. All right.
Yeah, it is wild that they like for Muzan. For those that don't know, Demon Slayer, very cool franchise. It's like 1920s Japan kind of vibe, right? 1910s. And then for some reason they were like, who should we model the big bad demon after? What about Michael Jackson? And it's like, okay, but
also,
that's like clearly an
aside,
inspiration. Like
his name is Muzan, not Muzan.
Okay, Muzan. Yeah.
You can keep calling him Muzan just as long as you're aware of the joke.
This
Muzan,
is my
Muzan,
thing.
got it.
I don't say anything right, and here's my thing. Here's my argument here. I'm American. If you're gonna try and tell me to say things right and take my culture away from me, Liam, with your weeb attitude, this is the same thing as Chad calling it a Porsche.
You and
I
your
don't give a
manja.
shit. That's not what the cars are, but I don't care because I'm American too. It's okay.
In
it's
a way,
what we do.
Cultural appropriation is our culture. So to criticize us on those grounds is aggressive. I
swear to God, I just want to take a moment to say we are actually all painfully woke. I won't even shop at Amazon. I don't like supporting billionaires. I kind of think we should purge them. That level of woke, okay?
I'm woke enough. I'm woke enough that I can make jokes.
For the joke, yeah.
Tell us about Sukuna.
Sukuna. Okay, Sukuna was the first woke in history.
Hell yeah.
Okay, he is the king of curses. He is a sorcerer from the Heian era, who became so powerful he fought everybody. He kicked everybody's ass, and he was convinced by another sorcerer, Kenjaku, to split his body up, so that he would his like spirit would remain in the pieces of his body, of his corpse, so that like 1,000 years later he could be resurrected, which is what happens when Yuji Itadori, high school student, eats one of his fingers and then is then possessed by Sukuna. So
like a Horcrux?
It's exactly like a Horcrux. It is precisely what it is.
And you're saying at that point he was woke, yeah.
He was, he consumed woke. And Sukuna is insanely fucking powerful. This debate is essentially, they have a lot of similarities, but what it comes down to is Muzan, guy who dies by being cut by swords, versus the Lord of cutting things.
Okay.
No one has ever been better at cutting things than Sukuna. That is his whole thing. He can cut reality itself. Sukuna is insanely strong, insanely powerful, insanely fast. He counters for everything that Muzan can do. Muzan is gonna die. That's my pun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Horcrux, Lord of Cutting, everything. Nailed it. Sir Fuds also says, "Hey guys, first live cast, been watching since 2015. Hey, glad you could catch one live."
Thanks, Emily.
All right, Muzan.
Yeah, Muzan is the first demon in this world. He is over 1,000 years old. I believe they both come from, is it the Heian era of Japan,
yes,
right? Yeah.
Heian,
So he's hella old. He's been around forever.
900s,
Being the first demon, he's also the strongest demon. And in this world, in Demon Slayer, demons are, well, clearly that form of immortal. He has just a ton of powers, and because he has been essentially doing nasty demon stuff and like eating people and shit for 1,000+ years, he's gotten super duper wicked strong. Surprise. And he can do a whole bunch of stuff. He doesn't, as Liam just fake news does, die by getting cut by sword. That's in Demon Slayer, that's how it worked for most demons, but not Muzan. Everyone else, you decapitate them, they die. Muzan, no thank you. He does not die. He's also got some weird body freak shit going on. I mean, he's got 5 brains and 7 hearts, and he just moves them around inside of his body as he sees fit. So yeah, I'd say that's some weird body freak shit. I don't know about Chad, but that qualifies for me. Yeah, 100%. He's wild. He can like grow back from just like a couple lumps of flesh. He just comes right like he's got some goop, some like gore over there. Whole thing just regenerate, kablamo. He's got crazy regeneration.
Provided a heart and brain or such were in said goop.
No.
Okay.
Just a small little lump of flesh.
There is.
Well, what's the point
we'll
of
talk about that.
all around?
Yeah, we can talk about that. If you want, I can dive right into the regeneration.
Oh, my brain.
Yeah.
The 4th brain is the one that's the most sensitive. Jesus.
It doesn't even matter. Like the 5 brains, 7 hearts thing is so stupid. They lay it out really well. He gets cut into 1,800 pieces, and of those 1,800 pieces, the swordsman is able to further cut 1,500 of them before they hit the ground, and then he still just reforms.
Good lord! Also, that's an insane speed feat, right? That's like the
Yeah,
like
the
Devil May
Demon
Cry
Slayers
cutting
are-
the raindrop stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the
good
Demon
lord.
Slayers are really, really, really the Hashira. Is Hashira just the guild of Demon Slayers, or that the like 10 most badass ones? I can't remember, but
I think it's the 10.
Yeah, the Hashira, the best of the Demon Slayers are, like, they're fucking strong, and they're just like, I'm just a human, and they're doing like, no, you're not, bud. No, you are not. Respectfully, you're lying.
Yeah. Cut them into thousands of pieces and then thousands of pieces again before it hits the ground. Yeah, that's wild. Okay.
To give you, I think we're okay with spoilers here. Yes, guys.
Yeah, I
Everybody's
think that's what
watching this is gonna be into spoilers.
It's gonna have to, right?
You said that Muzan does not die by being cut. Spoiler. Yes, he does. Okay, he's very, very good he does have an incredible regenerative ability, and we'll talk about the 1800. Trust me, we'll talk about the 1800. But Sukuna does not merely cut. Sukuna does not have swords. Let me talk about Sukuna's abilities. So, he is a sorcerer, which gives you. He has cursed energy. Everybody has cursed energy. It's just key. It's all humans do.
Sure.
His cursed technique is called Shrine, and you can use it in multiple different ways. The two main ones are Dismantle and Cleave. Dismantle allows him to just send out like a shockwave, or essentially like a cutting shockwave that travels through the air and cuts you, just slices you to pieces. He can make it stronger or weaker depending on how much like cursed energy he uses. He does not. I did a gesture there. He does not need to gesture. He can just think, and he'll send it out. Cleave is different in that he does not send out a slash. He touches you, and then you become cut. So the difference is that one sends out like a projectile that cuts you, and one makes you cut. One like imparts cuttedness upon you.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So
The
one
will
is
of cutting.
dodgeable. Yeah, one is dodgeable. One is not. If he touches you, you're falling apart. And it matches to your level of like durability. As long as he's stronger than you, he can cut you. And his domain, Malevolent Shrine, so domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, as we're maybe familiar with, is where the sorcerer traps you in like a little pocket dimension, essentially, and then whatever their ability is, it's going to hit you 100%. You can't dodge it. It's just immediately going to hit you, which is important because now with Cleave, he does not need to touch you. He can just, if you're in Malevolent Shrine, Dismantle and Cleave are hitting everything simultaneously all at once. And it will keep hitting you constantly until he turns it off, until he runs out of like cursed energy. Cleave doesn't need to touch you for that. It hits you instantly. The unique thing about it is that his domain does not have a barrier. So you could technically escape it. You could run if you're fast enough. However, the trade-off is that it's 200 meters in radius. So it's gigantic. And the speed at which it cuts essentially just disintegrates everything within that area. Like, Sam, if you...
Oh no, your images? Give me a
I'm so
second.
sorry. If you could pull up Sukuna 3.
Give me one
Curse
second.
powers, like making Sam hurt himself.
Yeah, yeah.
D-Blood says, wanted to point out that Sukuna cutting space was a bit circumstantial. Then again, he's on chapter 245 of the manga, so it doesn't know if it's permanent or not.
It is
Permanent right here.
Okay.
So this is what he does Malevolent Shrine to Shibuya. That's what happens to it. There is nothing left except for this guy who was not actually, he was not caught in this. He died and fell there.
Wait, the whole
after.
city of Shibuya?
Yeah, it's all gone. It was unmade.
Bummer.
So
Where will we shop?
Muzan can regenerate from, I was going to save this kind of for the end, but whatever. You brought it up. Muzan can regenerate from he can regenerate from at the 1/1800th. Sorry, that like really fucked my brain. 1/1800th of his mass, right? So I looked up the average mass of a human being. Let's just say 60. That's kind of on the low end. 60 kilograms.
It's like
That would be about
61,
33 grams, the lump of flesh. That's going to be about a bite of food, which is very small. Like, that's a very small amount. But when Sukuna does this, he literally, like, cuts you into fucking dust. Like, fucking nothing. So I think that he would be able to cut Muzan very, very well.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, there are some things here that I would say on this one. Like, I believe, I don't know a lot of JJK, but Muzan does have a healing factor that, and keep in mind, we're talking about demon slayers that can cut like 1,500 pieces of tiny flesh before they hit the ground.
Yeah.
Kind of people. They, together as a group, multiple of them cutting through Muzan, are confused because they're like, we just cut this man. And they're like, we did, but he heals as fast as we cut him. And so they don't see wounds, and like they're cutting straight through his entire body.
It's
and
like
there's
they're
nothing.
literally like moving
It's
through
like
him,
he's just they
he's,
think
like,
they're phasing through him,
transparent.
but it's just and like
Totally.
so I don't think like a lot of slashing is gonna really do the trick, you know.
Yeah, so
You would think.
I get the regeneration stuff, which is pretty crazy for Muzan. But what are his attacks? Like what are we talking here? Because I got a really good sense of Sukuna, right? But like what how does Muzan throw down?
Muzan, well, actually, Muzan's main ability is that he can make excellent cold brew, which is something that one of today's sponsors, Trade Coffee, can help you do too. As the days cool down, actually, my coffee routine is set in stone, but we have a multi-coffee type household. I am a hot coffee no matter what. I mean, it's 105 out, hot coffee. I don't care. But my better half, she is an iced coffee lady, and thanks to them, it's become a whole hell of a lot easier because they sent me a whole cold brew kit, and now I'm able to make cold brew at home. That is excellent, so we don't have to go down the street to the coffee place and give them $6 to give me a coffee. It's wonderful. And Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the U.S. for both hot and cold coffee drinks. They've sourced the best beans from over 50 top roasters across the U.S. In fact, I did they have the Ben always says it's like signing up for a dating app and you tell them things you like about coffee. I did it, and they sent me the exact bean from a local coffee roaster that I love. And I was like, y'all nailed it.
Wait, really?
Great. Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
Like I bought multiple bags of this exact one from the roaster myself, and then they sent it to me after I did my coffee thing, and I was like, good job, gang. Y'all nailed it. Yeah, so it's coffee. If you don't start your day with coffee, I don't know what you're doing. And right now, you can start it for even cheaper by going to trade.com/DBC. Trade is offering 50% off of a 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/DBC. That is drinktrade.com/DBC to get 50% off 1 month. drinktrade.com/DBC. It's a great service. Honestly, it's really nice to just have. Like, I use it to just find new coffees I like, and they've done a great job. I've used it for on and off for multiple years now, and I have a whole bunch of just plethora of coffee in my life because of them. So yeah, very good service. Back to Muzan though.
Thanks, Trade.
Yeah, thank you, Trade. Now,
I just wanted to answer a question somebody threw out. This is a pro Muzan argument. I'm giving. So somebody was asked if Muzan could see Sukuna because Sukuna is a curse.
Yes.
And curses are invisible. Sukuna is not a curse. He is the king of curses because of his reputation and because of how powerful he is. He is not literally a cursed spirit. He's a human being with the reputation of being like the ultimate curse because he's so powerful. He's technically like a reincarnated cursed object that is possessing the body of first Yuji Itadori and then Megumi. So he's like, when he's physically present, he's possessing somebody else's body.
Yeah, and Muzan is able to sense people's presence from extremely large distances. Even there is one where Zenitsu is invisible, and Muzan still senses him. So I think that would be even if he was invisible, I don't think it would really matter for this one. But other things Muzan does, all the big demons have demon aura. I don't think this is going to matter in this one, but it does really affect people. And even in Demon Slayer, some of the weaker demons start bleeding out of their face and stuff when he turns on his demon aura because it's so strong.
His aura damages.
Yeah.
Okay.
The normal demon stuff, he's got nasty blood. That corrosive blood shit will kill you if you get a drop on you. He has body control. We talked about the hearts and brains and shit, but he also when he does his big bad form, he has a bunch of tendrils on his back he uses to also destroy people. The blood demon art. Okay. Yeah, that's the tendril thing. He's got a bunch of stuff. Mouth tornadoes. Did we mention mouth tornadoes?
No, you did not mention
Please do tell.
Yeah, go
Name of my new band.
Yeah. So and this is once again, remember Chad James scoffed at Body Freak stuff. He just makes a bunch of mouths all across his body and then inhales really deep. It blows it out to make a tornado.
From
Body Freak shit. Yeah.
Gross. Okay, so I just pictured it was gonna be and shoots a tornado. No, whole body covered in malice, whole body shoots out tornado.
Yeah, it does. I believe.
Gross.
Let me see if this image is right. Yeah, it rips people apart, just little tornado-y things. Plus, his tiny mouths do start eating people once the tornado brings it into him, which is gross. He's got mouths everywhere, and they do be eating people.
So not somebody you would want to grapple with.
Yeah.
You can get nommed on.
One interesting thing is, and I don't know how this would work, but he can what they call biologically absorb humans and other demons just by touching them. And it works at a cellular level. Liam, can we discuss what if my guy suck your guy up?
That's a great question. Sukuna can actually surround his body with slashes. Like he can be slashing like around like parts of his body to prevent anything from like physically touching him. So he's able to grab like swords that can cut through. You could easily cut through him, like that are strong enough to do that. And you can just grab them because he has like essentially like a chainsaw force field surrounding him with slashes. So he's I don't think Muzan would be able to actually even touch him.
Is that even a bad thing, given that Sukuna's already a dude inside another dude? Like, wouldn't being inside of him be a detriment?
Are you saying like
he's already controlling a dude by being inside of him? Wouldn't sucking that dude up be bad for?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like that's okay. That's the obvious point. Is that like that's what I should have just gone with. Yes, if Muzan eats him, Muzan is going to be possessed by Sukuna. Like eating parts of Sukuna. What Sukuna does is when he's in Yuji's body, he wants to be in Megami's body so he can get the 10 Shadows technique, which we will talk about. Is that he like breaks off, I think, one of his fingers or something, and then feeds it to Megami. And then Megami is then possessed, and like it's transferred. So he would just possess Muzan's body.
Yeah,
Muzan would
eating
be
him
like,
was
forever.
bad thing. But also, man, if we did this fight, how cool would that scene be where he's like mouth tornadoing him in and he's surrounding himself with blades, and then he's like healing as he's getting cut as it gets like closer and closer. Oh, man, dude.
I kind of think that would be the
male sound effect.
Yeah. I think that would be the funny like thing with a good way to actually do the fight is like he gets him Sukuna with the tornado, he Sukunas him in, and uses all of his little mouths to start chomping him, and he's like, haha, I've beat you, and then he becomes the curse. I don't know if I'm not saying Muzan could just, because to the best of my memory, Demon Slayer doesn't really deal with that kind of like cursey stuff. I don't think Muzan ever like has like a stated like curse resistance because the Hashira don't curse people, so it's not like on the table. But I do think it would be like a conversation of whether or not the curse could take over a demon like that.
Souls can fight back. Megami's soul was able to resist it for a while, which is why Sukuna went on a like negging tour of like doing stuff that would make Megami sad. So that like his sister, like Megami is trying to like get his sister out of a coma or whatever. And then his sister is possessed by this crazy Sukuna fangirl from 1,000 years ago. And then he kills her. And Megami is then really sad because his sister is dead and has also been possessed by an evil person. So then he's like depressed. For what it's worth, Sukuna can actually damage the soul with his slashes. When he fights Mahito, when Mahito annoys him at one point, Mahito, we did an episode with him earlier this season, he's a curse with the ability to manipulate the form of his soul. So like if you like cut him like really deeply here, the soul, he can change the shape of his soul and it would just fix his body, like because there's a connection between the two. Sukuna is able to cut him in a way that he cannot heal from. He's like to leave a slash, and Mahito has to fucking leave before he's even able to heal himself, and cut to him like an hour later in the sewer, and he's like still like bloody and shit. Which an attack, if it wasn't attacking his soul, he'd be able to heal like instantly. So Sukuna would be able to, I think if it became a battle of souls, Sukuna would win by cutting Muzan's soul.
Gotcha. So would be able to resist because he's like demon number one, right? So like pretty
Yes.
powerful, but then like we'd whittle him away, literally over time. Interesting.
Well,
okay.
This is what would happen because when Yuji, when he was in Yuji's body, he and Yuji's souls like interact, and this is Sukuna 1. And Yuji's like, if I beat you, you have to stop being mean. And Sukuna's like, okay, if I beat you, then I get to take over your body anytime I want to. And this is what happens. This is Sukuna 1, Sam. if you got that.
I will have that in just 1 second.
Grave King, I'm catching up on super chats, guys. I'm gonna keep track. Says, love the energy these boys bring when Ben is gone. He should take more vacations. Don't encourage us. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, so this is what happens. Yuji's like, okay, I'm gonna fight you, and Sukuna's like, okay, and then instantly insta-killed, no effort whatsoever, just slices him apart. So yeah, I think the fight would go pretty quick. I don't think it would be a whittling down if you just instantly kill him.
There's some things instantly kill him. How? Like that doesn't kill Muzan.
Well, it's his soul, right? His soul doesn't have the same regenerative ability that he does. The regenerative ability he has is connected to his physical body, which is why, in the same way that Mahito was not able to immediately heal from his slashes, I don't think Muzan would be able to immediately heal from his slashes because they're hitting him at a more fundamental level.
How did Muzan come back? Like, was he just like a piece of flesh, or he just was alive the whole time, or like was he like gone?
No, he was alive as a little chunk of flesh. He was like alive. He was fought by like the ancestor of Tanjiro, who was a super fucking badass, and he was like cutting, and he like he intentionally exploded his body to escape, and one little chunk escaped. And
it's one of his like, what do you call it? Like escape methods. He intentionally blows himself up into a whole bunch of tiny bits and then just regenerates elsewhere later.
Okay. I was wondering if it wasn't like he went to the demon realm and then like came back because of something.
I deeply wish we could show it, but I know we'll get flagged. But I did post the video of his regeneration in our Discord, so you can see it, Chad, because it's pretty. He just comes back from like literally nothing, and he's like regrows in seconds. It's very Wolverine bullshit.
Jesus, oh my god.
Yeah. It's also pretty gross.
This is very gross.
Chad didn't like the body freak thing, and now he's looking at it. He's like, "Look at that body freak."
I didn't hung up on this. I was like, it's gonna be gross. Like, but you were right. It is.
A couple things. I don't want to get super to like the end of Demon Slayer spoilers, but there is something that at least like in the notes I was provided notes by some of our researchers. Thank you very much, everybody. There is an argument for being able to fight soul to soul in this thing, especially if Muzan was to absorb Sukuna, suck your guy up. And so, but it is like, I know it's really spoilery because it's like the final fight and that hasn't hit the anime yet, but it has in the manga. But I do think it might be worth talking about. Sukuna has shown a consistent weakness to mental attacks as he was stunned. Sukuna has shown a consistent weakness to mental attacks. He was stunned by cursed speech twice in Shinjuku. He had to redirect unlimited void to Megumi's soul, and a few seconds of exposure heavily damaged his brain, and he couldn't heal the damage. That's
and
a great.
He's only got one brain.
Yeah,
man, Muzan over here has got 10.
Yeah,
he redirected it to Megumi's soul. That's the resistance to
yes. This I think they're just pointing it out because it is good to know, because Muzan's like big I'm a badass move is his shockwaves once again from his little freaky mouths. Muzan covers like a huge area. The Hashima are like, I think like kilometers away, and like all of them get put on the floor by it, and everybody else who's not like a super badass does, I believe, just die instantly. And I do think that is a pretty, because it said to specifically it attacks the nervous system, and I am like curious how that translates and relates to, you know, Sukuna maybe not having the best mental defenses, because he can't just transfer that one to somebody else's soul, as far as I understand. It's going to affect his, because it's like a sound wave.
Well, he's definitely way faster than sound.
Well, yeah, so is Muzan.
I mean, was something he had to dodge, he would just.
To be fair, so is the sound in this example. Anime.
Well, we actually we can talk about speed.
I do want to get into speed, but first, I want to get into sleep, because our next sponsor, I'm really excited to talk about, is Brooklyn Betting. Okay, So today's sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding. And the reason they sponsored us is because our producer Austin was already a huge fan of their mattresses, and this was like on his wish list of like advertisements of a brand that we could talk about on cast. And so now Sam, Ben, and myself all have their mattresses and cannot speak highly enough about Brooklyn Bedding. So I'm a side sleeper, and with my previous matches, I was tossing and turning in the night, waking up with hip pain. My wife was also having trouble sleeping, so we took the Brooklyn Bedding sleep quiz, and we decided to try the Sedona Elite. Y'all, let me tell you, how have I been missing out for so long? Like, absolutely love this mattress. I'm not tossing and turning anymore. I'm not waking up with hip pain, and I'm getting the best sleep of my life. And this is the best endorsement I can give you because I never thought this day would come. Okay, my wife is the world's lightest sleeper. Like, I mean, like it is when it's time for me to go to bed, because I usually stay up later, like playing video games or something. Like, it is like a stealth mission. Like, I will put on socks to like try and not wake her up. But like, I mean, the sound of my foot lifting up off of the hardwood floor, that will wake her up. Okay, this has never happened before. We've got this mattress, and now I can walk into the room and get in bed and not wake her up. I'm dead. My mind was blown. I never in a million years just thought it could have been the mattress. It was like, I've been absolutely blown away. And don't worry, it's not just one mattress. Brooklyn Bedding knows that sleep isn't one size fits all. That's why they offer mattresses for every body, every sleep style, even in hard to find sizes. So if you're not sure which mattress is right for you, like I mentioned earlier, just take the Brooklyn Bedding sleep quiz and find your perfect match in under 2 minutes. If you're hesitant to buy a mattress without trying it yourself first, Brooklyn Bedding has over 100 showrooms across the United States. There's probably one near you. Either way, they also offer a 120-day free trial. If you don't love the mattress, they'll help you return it or swap it hassle-free. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use promo code DBC at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. That's brooklynbedding.com and promo code DBC for 30% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name at checkout so they know we sent you. That's brooklynbedding.com, promo code DBC. Y'all will love it. I promise you. Like, check it out.
It's a banger.
For sure.
I got the one with the cooling top. It is fantastic.
All right, let's
Liam,
talk.
I don't know if you are aware of this. Discord chat took issue with your feed about attacking Mojito's soul directly, saying
Yeah, I
was
saw
only
that.
because they were in direct contact via idol transfiguration.
Okay,
Yeah, Liam. Take that.
makes sense.
Who's checking Liam? Who's keeping Liam honest right now?
You were talking
I
about
I hadn't thought about that. That makes sense.
You were talking about
Cyber
speed
and the
previously,
Big Dog?
Liam. Yeah, Cyber's also
Yeah,
giving me Muzan
Because it also
notes.
ties into the previous point that you made about like him being cut. Like, he could just regenerate as Sukuna's cutting him. No, he cannot. Here's the thing. The best feats in Demon Slayer are, I think, a character reacts to lightning, Hatengu, or Hatengu's lightning. I think it's like Tanjiro or whatever. Sukuna can react to and has used Dismantle to cut EM waves, radio waves, which move at the speed of light. He did this when he was nearly dead, by the way. Like, the entire last fight of Jujutsu Kaisen, after he and Gojo fight, it is a 50-50 fight. Like Sukuna wins because he's able to immediately develop this unique counter to Gojo's Infinity at the last second. They are both Gojo is dead, Sukuna is nearly dead. Every feat he has after that, which are impressive, is him nearly dead fighting the entire cast. Similar
He's
to
only
Muzan.
mostly dead.
He's only mostly dead. And he is able to react very easily to radio waves, which move at the speed of light. So his cuts can move at light speed. So he'd be cutting Muzan like thousands of times faster than Muzan is capable of healing himself. And he'd be doing it like thousands of times upon him without even touching him. Like, Sukuna can be 200 meters away from him and be like chainsawing him. On top of that, even after he has reduced you to dust, everything in 200 meters to dust, he can then use Divine Flame. I don't know what the connection is to cutting, but he has a firepower. And what he does is he can imbue fire into all of the dust particles in that 200 meters and cause a thermobaric explosion. This is Sukuna 5, Sam, if you could bring that up, which is essentially a city-sized nuke, which obliterates
What?
everything in the surrounding
Jesus.
area. So even if Muzan is somehow able to survive being cut, which he would not, I think the cutting alone would be fine to kill him. Sukuna could then disintegrate Muzan, which is what kills him. Right? He disintegrates in sunlight. That would be very easy to do.
Yeah.
I win.
I don't know. I do think
That's a very interesting point.
Somebody in the chat said that the radio waves was a mistranslation.
It is not.
there's also some.
No, it seriously, it is not.
The Demon Slayer does have a lot of dodging lightning and dodging some demon enhanced lightning, which you can get some pretty significant speed feats off of. There is I'd say decent argument for Muzan being faster than light as well. Take it with a grain of salt, but Zenitsu, that's the lightning guy. Zenitsu, in the data book, it says his 7th form is faster than light. Just says it. And then obviously Muzan's able to just absolutely pummel this kid while he's faster than light. So, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll remind you that if Muzan's most powerful form is faster than light, a 99% dead Sukuna is faster than light. So Muzan is about equivalent to a 99% dead Sukuna.
Also, if light was literally the thing that killed him, you think he would have outrun that thing?
You think he would just run from the sun? With kind of
To
what he
be
does.
fair, he has successfully done that for over 1,000 years.
Yeah. Friso says the scene of Sukuna dodging EM waves is incredibly vague and can easily be interpreted as the EM guy charging up the track.
It is not. He shoots a beam of EM wave that comes straight towards him, and Sukuna does this and does a slash that blocks it. It is not incredibly vague. This is a weird sticking point for some people. Get unstuck.
All right, let me catch up on some super chats here. Deep Blade says domain expansion, malevolent shrine, 10 tails. Wouldn't Sukuna have the power to harm the soul? How will Muzan react to counter that? Yeah, we covered that. Angry Clippy, appreciate the super chat. Nice try getting a suggestion. That's what the forum's for, but we appreciate the support. Mr. G says neither can blow up a planet like Goku. Okay.
Oh, I did
Actually,
see really quick. I did see somebody ask about.
That wasn't a joke.
I saw somebody ask about Ruby Maka teaser. Yes, but we're making you wait as is tradition.
Yeah, it's coming up. Friso also earlier said Muzan actually took over Tanjiro's body and was only exercised by turning Tanjiro back into a human. Okay. And Stories of a Satyr, I think it's a cool way for this fight to start, is to show them as rivals hundreds of years ago, and then modern day, switching between the two time periods. Oh, that's interesting.
That would be a really cool
That's actually
framing
really
mechanism
sick.
for a
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
kinda cool.
I wanted to do something like that. This is like a grabillion years ago when we did Bowser Ganon, where it was like Bowser would win, and then we'd have like a time skip to like hundreds of years later when Ganon's been reborn and do it again.
That's funny. And then Michael McDowell says, isn't this technically a 2-on-1? I mean,
Well, it's a multiple on multiple because we even get to fucking Maharaga, but Sukuna can summon using Megami's body can summon tons of support. And Muzan technically has control, like total control over all the demons, so he can summon them as well. So it's a multiple on multiple.
gotcha. And then just real quick, want to send lots of love and support to Crossover, who's been a longtime supporter, who unfortunately lost his mom recently. So love you, dude. Don't worry about missing some casts. Like, take care of you. We appreciate you. So keep us updated. All right. Back to the fight. Oh god, more super chats. We'll get to this later. Okay, where we at? We're getting close to wrapping because we got to show off the sponsor. Sorry, I got all sad for Crossover. We gotta get to the sneak peek here soon and stuff. So like, where are we at? I know Liam, you literally like actually hold my beer on the blow up a planet thing. So what's up?
There is a feat in this. Well, he can do the slash that cuts through space, which cuts like deep into the earth. We don't know how far it goes. But there is a feat in the series by a character that is weaker than him significantly. Yuki is able to use her powers. She can increase the mass of objects. That's her sort of ability. And she's able to do it to herself until so much that she literally like condenses into a singularity and becomes a black hole that explicitly threatens the destruction of the planet. Kinjaku is able to use his anti-gravity cursed technique to prevent that, which would have to be strong enough to prevent like a planet-busting black hole. So there is an argument to be made that Sukuna is a lot stronger than just like nuking cities. It's not actually like explicitly countered by anything in the series, because when Sukuna fights with Gojo, they're only limited by each other, right? We don't see. There's never a thing where they like blow something up and it's like that's the most I could ever do. There's no other feats at that level. So take it or leave it, but it is possible. I don't really see an issue with it. It just makes the verse a lot stronger. Yeah. Also, he has Maharaga. He can use Megumi's body to summon Maharaga. Also, these other divine beasts, like 10 of them, but whatever. They're not important. Maharaga is the big one. Maharaga is a dude that can adapt to anything. He's about as strong as like 3/4 Sukuna. Can adapt to anything, even. Okay, so this character called Yoruzu, the one that possesses Megumi's sister, has this curse technique where she can surround herself in liquid metal, creating a perfect sphere. Now, that's really fucking crazy. And I know that you're like, that's nuts. Why is that crazy? You know how like a bullet has more power than, or has more pressure than a fist because it's moving faster, but also because it's a smaller surface area, right? The more surface area, the smaller surface area, the more pressure is being inflicted if it's the same amount of force, right?
Yeah.
How much surface area does a perfect sphere have? Does anybody know? Because there's no surface of it that's flat, right?
Yeah.
If it's perfect, it's 0. So she's able to create a sphere that emits like, or has an infinite amount of pressure. And Maharaga just punched through it because he can adapt to literally anything. So the abilities in JJK, I think, are a lot more like hacksy and kind of busted than the ones in Demon Slayer, which are a lot more like biological. I don't think Maharaga would have a problem adapting to anything that Muzan would do. But if there was something that Sukuna had trouble with, Maharaga could easily adapt to it. And
well, that, because I think you did say something interesting about Demon Slayer being a lot more biological. One thing I do think would be interesting is, could Sukuna survive getting all bloody from Muzan? Because his blood is like demon corrosive. It's not a poison.
Yeah.
But it does like kill the shit out of people. And you've said you're gonna up close cut my guy up, so you're gonna get bloody. What's he gonna do?
You're gonna get the nasty blood, as you put it earlier.
He doesn't need to get up close. Remember, he can do it he can apply cleave from a distance with his domain expansion.
Yeah, but my guy can melt his brain from kilometers away. Well, he can attack his nervous system. I shouldn't generalize, but
yeah. I mean, Sukuna. One of the ways that he fights Gojo is that Gojo is able to keep his ability going because he uses reverse curse technique on his brain. So like his brain is being burnt out by his ability, but then he's healing it. So it's this kind of cycle, and it's how Gojo prevents like mental attacks and stuff like that, or something like that. Gojo can resist that, and Sukuna actually copies that mid-fight. He sees what he's doing and is able to copy that. So if there's anything that attacked his nervous system, he could just regenerate it with reverse curse technique in the same kind of way that Gojo does.
But this blood,
it control Maharaga with his blood. And well, my thing here, Muzan's blood, it specifically says that it mutates cells, and I'm wondering, like, at that level, does Sukuna have any like resistance to cell mutation? Because it is, if you get like a drop on you, it kills you in a couple minutes. If you get like a lot of it on you, like your body, it melts in seconds. And
And it is like a cellular mutation.
Yeah, he can regenerate. He can use reverse curse technique to heal at the cellular level.
Well, that's what's so interesting, right?
But
Because it's
heal's
not
different
just
than
like
resist mutation.
Well, right. That's what's really interesting about this is that it's mutating the cells, right? Not necessarily just damaging them, right? Because you know, like regenerating a damaged cell, yeah, I could see that. But if it's mutating it, does that
I can do that.
Prevent the ability of it regenerating because it's been mutated, or is it because it's cursed energy and that's not biological? That can still do it.
The second one.
Okay, this is really interesting though. A lot of this I think comes down to their healing factors for sure. Like, because it's very, very, very interesting to me.
I think for what it's worth, I think Muzan's is a better healing factor, and it's faster. But Sukuna's ability to like overtax that, he could do it basically instantly. So I think he does. I think Muzan does have a better healing factor, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, well, you know what does matter? Your money. All right, and that's right. Triple sponsored episode of Cast. Everyone get hyped. Because today we're sponsored by Monarch Money. All right, look, I know you heard the word money, and that can be a little scary. Don't worry, Monarch Money is all about helping you with your money. It's a home base for money clarity and management, and it's so useful. Multiple members on our Death Battle team have been using it even before they came in as a sponsor. So let's get serious for a minute. How many financial accounts do you have that you can name off the top of your head? 401k, investments, that second credit card, your local supermarket. It can get overwhelming, right? So feel organized and confident in your finances with Monarch Money. Monarch is an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or phone. It's built for people with busy lives, or in my case, ADHD. If you've been putting off organizing your finances like I totally was for way too long, then Monarch is going to save your butt. You can link all your accounts in minutes, get clear data visuals, smart categorization of your spending, and real control over your money. You'll never need to touch a spreadsheet again. And fun fact, Forbes named Monarch Money the best app for couples. Money problems can break couples, and Monarch wants to help bring you together. Monarch gives couples full access to a shared dashboard. It's all in one place at no extra cost. Even sharing a financial advisor doesn't cost anything extra. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DBC at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DBC. Thanks, Monarch Money, and all of our sponsors. Woo!
I signed up. Fun fact, I signed up for all the Monarch Money, and I was like, yeah, okay, because we do genuinely try and make sure the products that we're going to tell you about on Cast are, like, legit, right? And I found a credit card in my name that I didn't know about. So, yeah, thanks, Monarch Money.
Also, the amount of people in chat that are just like, and if they'll help you manage your money better, you can buy that awful bucket hat that we sell on.
Hell yeah, dude!
But you don't need to do that.
You can get a normal shirt.
You need to go
too.
get Monarch Money. You don't need to buy that. All right. Let's see.
Chad, where were we seeing previews?
What's up?
When are we seeing previews, Chad?
You want to do it now? I said we can show.
I'm just asking.
All right, we can show the sneak peek now, and then we'll do our final argument. How about that? People,
that makes sense.
I feel like I should just show the doors and then just like keep.
Oh, dude, y'all.
I should get an asset that the door closes and just open again, just on us, just to fake people out.
Yeah. So we have announced that Luis has been the primary animator on Ruby vs. Maka. Y'all, you'll see. show him the thing.
Your boyfriend turns into a scythe? You haven't seen anything yet.
Little Red Riding Hood, your soul is ours!
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Louise is cooking!
Yeah.
So he's been like very like humble about this one. And it's good to be humble, but
yeah.
it fucks. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a
yeah. Working a lot more in 3D. I'm sure you guys have noticed, like he's been incorporating a lot more 3D things, but this was like the first project of him being like, let's go into the deep end. I guess. Yeah, and then so I noticed you guys probably saw the release date is the 21st. And you know, we have the buffer week in these 4-week cycles just in case we need to, because we want to make sure that the episode gets done you know, right, and that, you know, nobody's feeling like too stressed out. And you know, we like, anyway, this is a big one. This means a lot to us. This is our 200th episode. So that's gonna be the release date. And you know, we can't wait until y'all see it. And the other thing I wanted to address super quickly is so I saw some people, like, you know, those of you who've been in the community for a really long time, you understand like the history behind this episode. But I've seen some people be like, why is that the 200th episode? And so just to give you guys some quick history, this is a matchup that we've wanted to do for a really long time. If you don't know, Death Battle, one of the inspirations for Death Battle was Monty Ohm, who's the creator of Ruby. And he then became a fan of Death Battle, and at, I believe it was at RTX a million years ago.
2013. And actually, funny enough, we had a booth at RTX for free because Monty wanted us to come, and he was like, he talked to whoever at the time, probably Chelsea, and got us a free booth so we could come.
Yeah, and so then Monty came up to us at the booth and was talking about Death Battle, and we were like, this is so cool because we're such a fan of what you do. And then he was just like, one day, he's like, Maka versus Ruby. And he's like, but not yet. He's like, Ruby needs more. And we were like, okay, cool. And so, yeah, it's, you know, Ruby's got a lot more stuff. And, you know, we had the 200th episode coming up, and, you know, it just felt like the right time. So that's why it's the 200th episode. It means a lot to the team and the show. So just wanted to kind of give y'all some history there. And so, yeah. Hope you guys are looking forward to it, because we sure are looking forward to airing it for you.
It is very, very cool so far. It's an excellent one. Yeah, and as a lot of people said, yeah, Lindsay is Ruby. They came through. They're awesome. They're just great to work with. So excited to be part of the project.
And it was their birthday the other day, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we are super thrilled to have them. This episode in general has come together very well. Looks awesome. So glad to have it be your 200th. Anyways, my guy's better than your guy. I don't know. What do you want? Fight me. I honestly think it's funny because once again, I don't want to kind of spoil the end of Demon Slayer, but I do think how it ends kind of is how this fight would go, like a little bit, because I don't know. Okay, I am gonna say it if you really care about it. Like it is because of like essentially possession, as far as I understand it. It's like Tanjiro being inside of Muzan, which is how I do think Muzan would absorb Sukuna and then have to fight him from the inside. And I think that is an interesting concept of how the fight would go.
An internal struggle.
Yes, an internal struggle.
a very modernist kind of death battle. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you think it's all going to come down to like the soul internal battle, and who can win?
I'm leaving room for Liam to say anything.
Sam, but yeah, go ahead, Liam. All right,
Okay.
go for it.
Well, sure, it could go that way. I think Sukuna would beat him because he's much stronger and he can beat people like in the sort of soul mental space. I think that he would end up possessing Muzan, if anything. However, I don't think the fight would even get there. I think it's a fight with a guy who's killed by swords versus a guy that can make an endless amount of invisible undodgeable swords, like literally undodgeable, like the ability hits you instantly, doesn't travel.
How does Sukuna die?
He is essentially like worn down. He is worn. Yeah, he loses to Muzan, who comes out of nowhere. He
With
is
a steel chair.
He's worn down. And I actually forget what like literally kills him, but he's worn down
Muzan,
by
a man
everybody
who's killed by
until
swords.
his reverse curse technique.
Isn't like Muzan is beat by also being worn down. And then, yeah, I guess maybe a final blow happens to come from a sword. Maybe, I don't know. But
I mean, Superman can be killed by being worn down. Like that. I think what matters is like how. What I'm talking about is that like, Muzan can be killed by being cut so much that he disintegrates or vaporized. Literally, it is literally how he dies, by being vaporized, which is something that Sukuna could do. He could do it faster than Muzan could heal from. Maharaga is constantly adapting. Anything that Muzan has that would fuck with Sukuna potentially, Maharaga can adapt to. What is actually pretty interesting is that the slash that cuts through the world, cuts through space, would be a great counter to the Infinity Castle. We didn't really get to that, but like if the fight took place in the Infinity Castle,
Infinity Castle is weird too.
Cut through space. And I think that what matters also is that even though Muzan has been alive the entirety of the 1,000 years, and Sukuna has been dead he's been dead for most of it. I think what matters is their mindset and experience. Muzan is not a fighter at his heart. Like, he got into a fight with Yoruichi, got his ass kicked, and then went and hid. His goal is not to fight strong people. It's actually to live. He wants to find a cure to his curse that keeps him alive. The sunlight, right? Or he wants to find a cure to sunlight killing him.
I will say, on no one's really side here, Muzan is pretty cool and has awesome drip. Very lame bad guy reasoning. He's doing all of this, killing thousands of people over thousands of years, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, created an entire demon epidemic just because he's sad he can't go in the sun. It's not that great, bud.
Yeah. So Muzan's goal is like not to fight strong people. It's actually to avoid fighting strong people, which is why he has all these minions. Sukuna, his whole thing is fighting strong people. He wants to kill. He wants to kill strong people. And if he's killed by them, oh well. I think he has a lot more direct battle experience. He's a lot more like adaptable in a fight. I think that and he's also stronger and faster, and I think he has better abilities. So I think he wins overall.
Okay, let me read a couple super chats. Those are some good arguments. Third Degree says, I want to say Sukuna wins, but Demon Slayer villain to be killed by a specific type of steel. I feel like when you're attacking on the soul level, that point's kind of moot.
The special steel helps prevent them from healing, which is what matters here. But Sukuna's ability to cut, how hard and fast he cuts, would prevent him from healing too. It would reduce him. He isn't like immune to being cut from non-red steel.
Yeah, Frieza says Upper Moon 6, the weakest of the strongest demons, created a crater far greater than Shibuya after already being decapitated.
Yeah, there's some very large, if we want to talk like explosion and stuff. But really, the weird thing is that a lot of Muzan's, like, if we take it from what the scientists say over here, Muzan is much more powerful. But a lot of this involves like what we didn't talk about, the Infinite Castle, which is like he's able to. Well, actually, it's like Makama or somebody is able to expand this like demon castle into an infinite castle, and it's like unfathomable amounts of power and stuff. But yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is worth saying that Muzan, it's not like he is weak or anything like that. Like, Muzan could easily level a city. He's got it in him. It's just not, like you said, it's not something he does, because he's also not trying to eliminate humanity. He needs people in the world. Like, yeah. He's much more of a schemer than anything else, which doesn't mean he's weak. It just means he's got a style.
What are your thoughts while I wrap this poll up?
I feel like Sukuna's taking this. It feels like he's just got the upper hand in way too many categories.
Yeah, I feel like there's some really interesting arguments, and the regeneration thing is interesting to me, and then the soul level. But I feel like Sukuna just has an answer for like every question that we brought up, right? Like, because even if it's like, even if Muzan's will is stronger, he can literally whittle the soul away. So provided he had enough time, he would. I don't know. That's what kind of got me. But this was a lot more interesting than I was expecting it to be.
It's very, very thematic. It's extremely thematic. Yeah.
All right. Joe's asking, does every episode get pushed back by a week? Nope. After Ruby Maka airs, you'll have the preview for the next fight the following week. So we just have this 1 week buffer in case we need it. All right. Let's end the poll.
Surprise.
And with a staggering victory, Sukuna takes it with like 81%. It's not reporting for me right now, but that's what
it's also JJK.
82%.
the most glazed anime in decades, I would say. So I'm not surprised by the poll. I mean, that's a
glazing.
My
that's
question
a fair
is
statement, I believe.
Well, my question for the audience is, if you are somebody that thinks Sukuna obviously wins, is it still like, no, that's still like fucking sick as shit, and I really want to see this, or would you prefer Sukuna fight somebody that you think he doesn't stomp? Which is more? That's what I'm interested in.
Like,
which is more
are we
valuable.
walking
It sounds
into
like a really cool fight.
Mahito Shigaraki scenario where it's kind of like, or Omni-Man Homelander, where it's like, we know, but we do want to see it.
I mean, that's kind of, we know, but
yeah.
And for what it's worth, if we ever did this, we would never position it like. I mean, we haven't done research, so we wouldn't. Maybe Muzan does win. I think it's unlikely, but we would never position it as like a stomp. So don't think of it in terms of a stomp. Be like, hey, even though I might think that the result of this is clear, it's still actually hella fucking cool, and it's cooler than ones that Sukuna has that might be closer. Let us know.
It's an underdog can surprise you. It's true.
Also, I realized, I backtracked. We got it. Vamulator gifted out 10 memberships when the preview dropped, and then Gilded also gifted out 5. So thank you guys for continuing that tradition. Because, hey, if you were gifted a membership, if you're a champion, you get to watch our post show live right now, which is where we're headed after we show this preview again, unless we get into another gifting war. We'll see. But eventually, we'll get over to the post show that'll be right after this. So if you're a champion, head on over there and hang out with us. We're going to talk probably about Silk Song, and then I've got some thoughts on Peacemaker season 2. I won't spoil anything. But yeah, so thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Death Battle Cast. It's been fun. Ben will be back next week, so if you've been missing him, don't worry. And yeah, we appreciate y'all's support, and we'll see you over at the post show.
One more preview. Bye.
Your boyfriend turns into a scythe? You haven't seen anything yet.
Little Red Riding Hood, your soul is ours!
Let's go, Soul Resonance!